Hello and welcome to Daisuki, the Adonis, a short little horror visual novel developed by LIB, translated by Tico Translations, and available on their website. And yeah, apparently you're the class president, someone goes missing in school, and then you end up visiting someone's house. I guess we'll see what happens. I guess a little content warning. This is a horror game, so, there might be some disturbing elements. Be forewarned. I'm not sure, I have no idea exactly what's going to happen. I mean, you can just see from the main menu here, I'm assuming blood everywhere. And he's showing a bit of her cleavage, by the way. I don't know what's going on with that, but anyway. Let's start the game. I guess we'll see what happens. This book contains scenes of extreme content. Okay, there you go. It's very vague, actually, but sure, it has extreme content. Whatever that means. We have a choice. Open the door, get on the floor, everybody walk the dinosaur, or we go back home. Sure, let's go back home. All right, I don't want to play this game. Goodbye. The end. A peaceful after school. Congratulations. And then the game closes. All right. So, all right. That wasn't really, that wasn't really a real thing. Let's open the door. Ding dong. Let's actually do the thing the game wants us to. Hello, says Kyoka. Welcome. Thanks for coming. Is it hot outside? I've turned on the air conditioning, so come on in and cool yourself off. Not that way. This room, please. That room's my own room, you see. No, this background is, I remember this from another visual novel. Exactly the same. It really is generic visual novel backgrounds everybody uses. I'm embarrassed if anyone saw it. Please, don't look. Well, feeling cooler now? You told me at school that you're coming to my house today, so I made sure to prepare properly. The weather forecast said that it would be hot today. I knew you'd come in all sweaty. Feel free to leave your stuff on the sofa over there. Why don't you take a seat on that chair? Well then, I know why you've come here today. What should we talk about? Feel free to talk to me about anything, but you have to hear me out to the end. No turning back, okay? It's gonna be a long story. Is that okay with you? No, I leave. I leave immediately. I see. Understood. I'll tell you everything. Anime girl. Well, all of a sudden, I found somebody I liked. Eh, what's this about all of a sudden? I already told you. There's someone that I liked. Sorry. If I were to ask you to come to my house and immediately say something like this, you'd be baffled, wouldn't you? I'm so sorry. I'll serve you something right away. Would you like some coffee? Or black tea? Japanese tea? I've got everything. As for me, you might not be able to tell, but I drink all sorts of tea. How would you be able to tell? It's like, how would you look at someone and think, yes, they drink tea. Come to think of it, I also have juice. Juice you? Eh, you don't want it? Is that so? I understand. That's too bad. Let's get back to the story, shall we? Right. I was talking about the person I liked. Yes, that's right. There's someone that I like. That guy could do anything. And everybody trusted him, he can do a bunch of high jumps, but fail at it, 100 times. It's just, somehow that, makes him popular with the ladies. No, he's just the kind of guy who's popular with everyone. The thing that sparked my love was just a small thing, but to me, it was a very important thing. Although I'm sure you wouldn't understand. But it doesn't matter what started it all. What's important is that I liked him, and that's all. Do you get it? You get it, don't you? I'm sure that you fall in love at least once in your life too. But for me, this was the first time I fell in love with someone. My first experience. At first I was confused. This feeling I felt for the first time, I didn't know how to deal with it at all. But I became more and more comfortable with it, and my heart was filled. This is what it means to fall in love with someone. I learned that for the first time. I don't know where this is going, by the way. I think from what I read from the game page, I guess, or translation or translator's page, the premise of the game, again, I think I mentioned before, was that you're the class president in like a school or whatever. Someone went missing, and now you're having you're going to someone's house to have a chat with them, which is her right here. What I'm wondering is that, was she the one missing, or was someone else missing? That's what I'm not clear about. I felt ambiguous. And somehow we're talking about her first crush. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, how wonderful it is. How wonderful, isn't it? How precious it is to fall in love with someone. Is that so? My feelings, did you understand them? I don't know. I guess I'm a silent protagonist, which is assuming what I'm saying. I'm so glad. But my love ended just like that. He, Kazuma-kun, had someone he liked. It's not me, you know. Even you should know that person. Yes, that's right. It's Hiyori-chan. Yes. In our class, no. Probably the most beautiful person in our year. And furthermore, she gets good grades. And has a good personality, that Hiyori-chan. The complete opposite of me. A bright and lovely person. She's truly a perfect match for Kazuma-kun. Compared to her, I didn't have a single good point. I'm not as good looking. I'm reserved and a little shy. The only thing I can be Hiyori-chan is at studying, because I'm a huge nerd, I guess. But there isn't much point to it, is there? If studying could grant you love, the most prestigious universities would be full of couples by now. Or would be full of couples by now. I've gone off topic. Shall we return? Hee hee, haha. One day, I happened to find out that Kazuma-kun liked Hiyori-chan. And again, Hiyori also happened to find out that Kazuma liked her. That day, I cried. I had no intention of confessing, but I was still heartbroken. It was the first time I cried so much. That's how much I liked him. But at the same time, it couldn't be helped. I convinced myself. I'm a bad girl. Hiyori-chan's a good girl. It's really as simple as that. An easy equation. A week later, Kazuma-kun and Hiyori-tan? I think it's a typo. Hiyori-tan started going out. He also knew that they had that kind of relationship, right? As for me, I blessed him with all my heart. No, I'm not kidding. Because Hiyori-chan is my precious childhood friend. Oh, what a twist. Apparently she got cut by her childhood friend. Ah, yes. And by the way, so is Kazuma-kun. Oh, okay. Well, they're both childhood friends. Okay, so I mean, classic love triangle. Well, that's why you lost. You see, you got the childhood friend trope. That's why you lost, okay? This is how it works in anime. If you're childhood friends, you'll always be friend-zoned forever. Eh? How unexpected, you say? I'm not surprised. I don't talk with the two of them as much at school, but I talk with them a lot outside of school. Hiyori-chan and I are next-door neighbors, and we've been together since kindergarten. Just like in the manga, we can see each other's rooms through our windows. Isn't it amazing? You'll see if you go to my room. But I'm good for now. It's a little messy, so I don't really want people to see it right now. Okay, it's a little messy, that's alright. As I was saying, Hiyori-chan and I were the best of friends. We talked a lot at night. One day, I received a love consultation. That's when I learned that Hiyori-chan liked Kazuma-kun. I liked Hiyori-chan too, so I didn't want to take away her happiness. No matter how you look at it, Hiyori's a better match for him than I am. So I took a step back. But even if I hid it from that girl, she would see through it. One day, when I was going home with Hiyori, she suddenly asked me, "Hey, do you like him?" I was shocked. I've been trying to hide it from you for so long, but my best friend saw right through it. That's amazing. I was really surprised. So I said this. No, I don't really like him. I lied. The truth was I was madly in love with him, but that was all I could say. When I said this, she cried and hugged me. I'm sorry. Thank you, I love you. The girl apologized to me. That was enough. You better say those words to him, not me, no? I laughed and hugged her back. By the way, this was 5 days after they started dating. I guess generic, male protagonist. From then on, I did various things for the two of them. In return for the love that I wasn't granted, Hiyori-chan's happiness will be my happiness. Not hard to read, actually. Thinking that even someone like me could be saved. I like Hiyori-chan as much as I like Kazuma-kun. Very, very much. I love you. Sometimes I consult with Hiyori-chan and sometimes I listen to Kazuma-kun. Sometimes the three of us would go out together. We did many things together. I was happy. Those were precious days. Time spent with the people I love was irreplaceable. But that all fell apart one day. It was about a year after they started dating. That day, I saw it. Kazuma-kun was going home with a woman who is not Hiyori-chan. Oh boy. What are you doing, Kazuma-kun? Well, I don't know. Well, you might be jumping to conclusions here. Maybe that's his sister, maybe. I don't know. Anyway. And just like that, they entered a shiny, glittering building. I was terribly calm, as if cold water had been poured on me. I think I probably had a very bold expression on my face. My emotions went for a spin. Deep down, I felt like throwing up. At that moment, what was positive became negative. Just like that, our daily lives are broken. Okay, well, they went to a shiny, glittering building. I mean, that implies there's a love hotel. I don't know. I'm sorry. That must have been a bit tiring. When I did my crazy eyes. Would you like to have a drink? Actually, today, I made some tomato juice. I was wondering if you'd like to have a little taste. Ah, is that so? Well, thank you very much. Then, I'll grab it for you. Yeah, I do like V8. The V8 juice. I know I don't drink it a lot. I just remember like V8, juice tasted kind of salty. I kind of like salty, I don't know. Tasted like, I don't know, cold soup, I guess. Which sounds unappetizing, but actually I kind of liked it. So it's been a while though. I never actually drank it since then. And I imagine, even though it's called vegetable juice, I don't know how like healthy it is for you. Despite it being made from vegetables, I don't know how much of it is vegetables, It's kind of like apple juice, right? I mean, it depends, right? If you make it from pure apples, then it's kind of good for you. But if you buy like apple juice from like a juice box, usually it's actually kind of bad for you because there's a lot of sugar in it. Anyway, here you go. Yeah, cold serve soups are a thing. Yeah, I mean, I think I've heard about that before. I don't actually drink cold soup though. I mean, I don't like in general though. I don't really like cold soup in general. Yeah, at least by itself. Anyway, I don't know if it's to your taste. How is it? Well, let me try. Is it delicious? Glug glug glug. It tastes a little like iron. Does it? Iron. Oh, that's strange. I wonder why. Sorry, I'll get you something else. Ah, you don't need to force yourself to drink it. Eh? You'll drink it all since you said you'll try it? Is that so? Thank you very much. I'm so glad. You're such a kind person. Really, such a good person. Anyway, don't worry about it. This red substance, this red liquid that tastes like iron, don't worry about it. Just drink it all. Just like chug it. Well then, shall we continue with our talk? Sure. as the cicadas cry in the background. Higarashi no naku koro ni no. From that day on, our daily lives were broken. Kazuma-kun was cheating. He was NTR. I can't forgive him. Because he's cheating, he already had Hiyori-chan, but he was messing around with other women. Eh? You can't believe it? Was Kazuma-kun really that kind of man? Yeah. Kazuma-kun isn't such a person. He's a very, very kind person. He's not the kind of man who would betray someone. You don't really get it? That's okay. You'll understand soon enough. Let's continue. Okay. Oh boy. When I found out about it, I really couldn't forgive him. When Hiyori-chan found out about this, I wonder what's insufficient about me. She said that in a positive way. So I said to her, you should break up with that person as soon as possible. Then Hiyori-chan said, such a thing, I can't do it. Hiyori-chan was pure, noble, and fully trusted Kazuma-kun. In that sense, I was the same way. I believed that he couldn't be this kind of person. I wanted to believe in him too. I wanted this to be some kind of misunderstanding. So, I thought. So for her sake, I went to Kazuma-kun to tell him to stop cheating. But that too was completely pointless. When I went to Kazuma's place, I had an argument with him. I said a lot of terrible things to him. He said a lot of terrible things to me. We remained at odds, and with no end in sight, I decided to leave for the day. The next day, Kazuma-kun and Hiyori-chan broke up. He told her that he was leaving her without any room for discussion. Because of that, Hiyori-chan was broken. If a piece of glass breaks, it can't be put back together. Nothing can be done about it once it's broken. But you knew about that already, didn't you? She was very depressed at one point, right? Everyone in class was asking what was wrong. You've heard about it too, haven't you? Class president? How do you say that in Japanese again? I always hear it all the time in, in anime. Saicho or something? I don't know, I can't remember. Anyway, I just hear it all the time. It's like kind of like a trope, it's kind of like the student president, character that always appears. I don't know how common it is in Japanese high schools. I know in North America, we don't really have that, so it's kind of weird, but anyway. There's no equivalent, of that in North America. Anyway. Don't tell me you've forgotten. I consoled her. Always, always. I was there beside her to fill her empty heart. A week after they broke up, I went to Kazuma-kun's lover's place. Who do you think it was? It was a senpai, 1 year older than us, Shina senpai. Did you know? She was the manager of a soccer club Kazuma-kun belongs to. She's really popular in school too, that person. As a result, I learned something new. Kazuma-kun was being threatened by Shina senpai. She got a hold of his weakness. Everything about him. Everything about Hiyori-chan. Things that, if it got out, would be very bad. Okay, it's a lot of drama. A lot of, how do you say? A lot of politics, I guess? I don't know. If things got out, it would be very bad. A dangerous weakness. Break up with your current girlfriend and go out with me. Yes, that's what Shina senpai said. If you do that, I'll keep my mouth shut, she said. Kazuma-kun couldn't go against her. He had no choice but to obey. The bad guy wasn't Kazuma-kun. It was Shina senpai. Now you understand what I meant earlier, don't you? As you know, Kazuma-kun isn't that kind of person. He was always the way he was. When I found out, I knew I had to tell Hiyori-chan about it as soon as possible, because I'm sure she'd be glad for that. That's why I tried to persuade her. I tried to persuade Shina senpai to stay away from Kazuma-kun. And then, Shina-senpai listened to me. When? When I talked to her, she was actually very understanding and a nice person. But Shina-senpai stopped coming to school the next day. It was the talk of the school, wasn't it? I heard the police are working on the case, but they haven't found her yet. I wonder where she went. What's wrong? Your face is all pale. Would you like some tea? Ah, so you don't need it. Is that so? All right. Let's continue then. The day after Shina-senpai disappeared, I went to Kazuma-kun's place. The reason, of course, was to make up with him. I said a lot of terrible things to Kazuma-kun. Kazuma-kun said a lot of terrible things to me. So, we're going to make up. Because I'm the one who fell in love with him. So, we made up. The next day, Kazuma-kun also stopped coming to school. Okay. Are you really alright? Your body is trembling. Is the air conditioning too cold? Shall I turn it off? You're fine? I see. Then, let's continue. Shina-senpai disappeared. Now Kazuma's also gone. And now the day after, I told Hiyori-chan the truth. Hiyori-chan cried. She wants to see Kazuma-kun right now. But Kazuma-kun is already no longer here. But I did my best so that Kazuma-kun and Hiyori-chan could meet again. I tried my hardest to find a way. So I told Hiyori-chan about Kazuma-kun's location. Hiyori-chan also stopped coming to school. You know, I wonder why. I'm sure they ran away and eloped together. I think they forgave each other and ran away to some faraway place. As for me, I understand. After all, they're my best friends. After all, I love them very much. I'm sure that other people can't understand. Only I understand. In the whole world, just one person. Just me. Oh my, it's already this late. I guess we talked longer than I thought. Alright. Would you like to join me for dinner? What do you mean by that? Actually, I live all by myself. My parents are abroad on some business. So I've been living alone for a long time. Eh? You want to go home now? No, you can't. Didn't you agree to properly hear me out to the very end? And didn't I say no turning back, okay? So why should I send you home now? Shall we have dinner? Together? As it turns out, I bought too much meat right now. It's too much for someone living alone to eat it all. Won't you help me? Hey, class president. You kept your promise, right? When you came here, you made sure that no one saw you. You didn't tell anyone that you were coming here. These are all death flags. Anyway, like I told you, you're a smart person. The 3 people's disappearance. Okay, as it turns out, 3 people went missing. I thought it was only 1 person. 3 people. 3 people went missing. Yeah, okay. You have a strong sense of justice, so I knew you'd be investigating the case on your own. But you didn't know I had connections with all 3 of them, did you? So I thought that'd be the last person you'd come to. And lo and behold, I was right. And I knew without a shadow of a doubt that you would keep your word this time. Because you don't know me very well. But still, you thought that if you came here you might find something. You've been diligent, honest, keeping your word, so it's very easy for me to take my time. But the truth is, it doesn't really matter that much. You were a completely good person. You could have left. At any time. I could have left in the very beginning, actually. You had, by your own volition, chosen to open the door by moving your mouse and clicking, the open door button. I don't know if it was out of curiosity or out of the goodness of your heart, but it doesn't really matter now that I think about it. I'm going to grill some meat now. You're smart, so you know what's going on, don't you? You're shaking so much. Aren't you cold? As I thought, should I turn off the air conditioning? I don't think you need to force yourself. I see. You can take a look around the house if you want. Just please don't enter my room. Because over there, Kazuma-kun and Hiyori-chan are there. That's right. You must be thirsty. Can I get you another tomato juice? So you don't need it. I see. Oh, that's too bad. Oh. Flip plop. The sound of dripping water. But it's not just any water, it's bright red water. Num. Okay. I took the meat on the plate and put it into my mouth. Num num, num 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 num. Num num. Delicious. You just eat it raw? You gotta at least cook it, Anyway. The amount of meat has increased again. It's the beginning of the meat life again, even though I've consumed most of the meat from last time. Alright, there's that. An important habit I remember that I hadn't done today. I served 2 people's portions of meat on the plate and went to my room. Sorry to keep you waiting. You must be hungry, aren't you? My room is dyed in red. In a room as cold as a freezer, there are 2 people. Yeah, I was wondering, okay, so that's why the air conditioning was so high up. It's to preserve the meat. Clank. I put the plate of meat on the desk. Today, the class president came today. But he left just now. I spoke to the void. Naturally, no one answered. Is that so? But still, I'm happy. Yes, it is. It's fun. It's happy. My wish is for the 2 of them to be happy. I hope to be by their side. That is my happiness. I will never let anyone else get in my way. I won't let them destroy my happiness again. I stare at them. What I see is something very beautiful, shaped like people. I love them very much. I wanted to protect them at all costs. They are the people I love most of all. Let's stay together forever and ever. Kazuma-kun, Hiyori-chan? I'll do anything to make that happen. The 2 of you, I love you. Alright, there you go. As it turns out, she's a cannibal. Anyway, I don't know how long that's gonna last, Eventually people are gonna find the bodies, but anyway. But, there you go. Yawn, really? Don't be so negative, X-Man. But yeah, and by the way, I know I mentioned it, but the art was drawn by Sharon. Sharon, the infamous, Yandere developer dude, I guess. I don't know. Like, Sharon made a lot of, games based on Yandere, so that's how I knew about this game. I was always alone. Since I was little, I've always been alone. So people kept telling me I was creepy. My own father always punched me, kicked me, stabbed me. My own mother told me that I was bitter and spiteful, and denied my existence. I was always alone. But there was just 2 people who were important to me. A cheerful, lively girl who's my exact opposite. A cool boy who's popular with everyone. The people who gave me a place to stay when I was all alone. All I needed was those two. No matter how much other people hated me, as long as I had them, that was all that mattered. One day, my parents continued to abuse me. My body. I was not even given the sustenance I need to live. That must have been my limit. My mind and body were in constant pain. Some screws must have come loose. So, it's like that. Those two, gentle, gentle people. The people who I loved. They would save even someone like me. Someone like me whose screws came loose. By my own hand. But I already gone mad. I couldn't eat anything normal anymore. Instead, I'd become someone who wanted to eat strange things. To start off, how about something that was once human? The remnants of things that called themselves parents. Okay. I mean, I knew that. That's where that was going. The first time I ate the meat, it was very, very delicious. More. I wanted to eat more of it, in different kinds, too. Even though I changed, the two of them never left me. I was really, really happy about that. I, who had been freed from the shackles of my parents. Those two who share the burden of the cross of my sin. We are bound together by a bond that others will never understand. Even if I fell in love with someone. Even if the three of us became two in one. I was fine with that. Because I loved the two of them. Even if those two were the only people in the world. I didn't need anything else. So I will not forgive anything that interferes with our happiness. Even if it all ends one day, I want us to be happy. Until the very end. I pray, please, let this happiness last forever. You two, truly. I love you. Daisuki, you know that's the name of the game, Daisuki. Her happy end, Mad Adonis. You know, not our happy end, it's her happy end, you know? She's happy, not us. There you go. I don't know what this means, I have no idea. I guess maybe to download something. Oh yeah, this game as well. Okay, this game I might check out as well. This is, what's it called? Horikago 7 Days. I might check out that one too, so that's another game made by the same developer, you know, so I might check out that one as well. But yeah, there you go. Oh, the main menu is a little bit different as well. She's holding hands. I'm assuming she's holding hands of her friends, you know, Yori and Kazuma-kun. I'm assuming is what she's holding. Anyway, there you go. So that's kind of like the big twist is that she likes to eat people. I guess the reason at the end there, I guess, is because she's been abused by parents, you know, traumatic backstory, but like, abused by parents, and then she killed them, and then she ate them, you know? I mean, honest, kind of reminds me of, because most recently, I did like, watch a documentary about that, about like a cannibal, I guess. I mean, there's a lot of cannibal killers, I guess, you know, in general, but, there was a guy in Japan, I think. Well, technically, he was Japanese, but then he moved to like, to I think Paris to like study abroad and everything. Anyway, basically he killed someone, ate their body. He was arrested, but I think over some legal loopholes, he was actually eventually released. And so he was never really properly punished for his crimes. And then, you know, later on, I think he got like a bunch of interviews and he got into like some weird stuff. I don't know. But like basically took advantage of the fact that he killed and ate somebody and then, you know, wrote some books about it and made some money off of that. So that was kind of like, that's kind of messed up, but like, it was interesting in a very morbid way. But like, that's what this game kind of reminded me of, you know, it's just like, you know, like a cannibal, like killer, I guess, you know? And obviously, in her situation, I don't think she's not going to be like, you know, surviving for a long time. I think she's going to be like realistically, be arrested soon. But yeah, that's what it reminds me. You know, it's I don't know. It's interesting in a very dark way to like understand the psychology of someone like who wants to eat people. You know, it's like it's just really, really strange. But like I don't know, something about it is fascinating. But yeah. So, oh, backlog. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Scrolling the mouse wheel. Oh, special. Is this? Click on this. There's a gallery, I guess. Num 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 num. Again, eating just raw meat. I don't know. Just seems unhygienic. Anyway. Anything else? Recollection. I guess maybe chapter select? Is that what it is? I don't know. Or cute. Cutesy anime girl eating human meat. Num num num. Anyway. I mean, obviously, if it's an anime girl, even if they do atrocious actions, at least she's cute, Anyway. Alright. But there you go. What do I have to say? I mean, I actually liked it, I mean, obviously, it's a little cliche. I like the way how they play the tropes, though. You never know what's happening from the very beginning, I feel like. You thought it was going to be like a stock standard, like, love triangle. She probably killed Hiyori-chan, but actually, not exactly. I mean, she did kill Hiyori-chan at the end, I think, but it wasn't like that simple, actually. She killed more people than you thought, but anyway. But yeah. So it wasn't just because she was a yandere, it was also because, she's just like a messed up like serial killer, that eats people. I wonder what was she doing before that, actually, Was she still eating people? Was she still killing people and eating them before she killed Shina Senpai, I wonder? Because obviously that wasn't the first time, right? She killed her parents and also ate their meat, and it was like, apparently she found delicious. I don't know. So like it was more than that, I guess. And obviously she killed she killed us. She killed us, the audience, as well, by the way. But anyway, but yeah, I like how they kind of played the tropes a little bit. And obviously it was kind of creepy and everything. I don't know, it was kind of interesting that they did a lot of only just like basically one scene, like we were just like talking to her the entire time. I don't know, but it flowed well, I think. It wasn't too bad. You feel like it'd be kind of boring, right? If you just like, literally, it was just like one scene, just talking to like a person. In fact, wasn't that like a visual novel jam, on Ichio a bit ago, I think. I don't know. I thought this one was pretty good, actually, for what it is. I think it built tension pretty well. It's kind of creepy, and, even if the twist was kind of like super edgy and stuff, but like, I don't know, I still like it, I guess, again, maybe it's because, again, I watched a documentary, like recently about like a cannibal serial killer, so like maybe that's why I was kind of interested. But yeah. Also, the tomato juice. I don't know. I guess she's just like she likes trolling her victims. Why did she make us drink blood? She's just a troll as well, I guess. I don't know, some sadistic joy about making other people drink blood. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, obviously this game isn't made by Sharon. It isn't made by the Sharon, the developer. Which again, I don't know. I probably won't play the Sharon games on my channel because I already know about them. Even before I kind of made the channel, so I feel it's a bit redundant to play them for me anyway. But definitely check those out if you haven't, by the way. So Sharon, CHA or CHR. How you spell it? CHARON, right? That's how you spell Sharon. It's like the Greek, the Greek mythology. Sharon, like, taking you over the river Styx. Anyway, but I mentioned Sharon because Sharon drew the art, and definitely it does feel like a Sharon story. Actually, definitely, yeah. It kind of goes like, this yandere character. There's like a story about them, and obviously there's a little twist in the end. It's kind of like, I wouldn't say super predictable, but it was still entertaining. I don't know. It's a little cliche, but I like it. I don't know. I just like the Sharon games. Yeah, I like the art, and I don't know. I just have a soft spot, okay, for yanderes. I always like yandere stories. Usually, like even if it's super cheesy, even if it's super predictable, like I still like them. It's like watching horror, like B movies, I guess, for some people. If I hear all the time, like people who are like big horror fans, they love watching those like kind of like low budget movies, right? So like, even if the plot is like super like cliche and like predictable, I don't know. I have a soft spot for them. I don't know. I still enjoy it for some reason. Anyway. But yeah, so I like this game. I mean, there's some typos here and there, I guess, by translators. But that's fine, it's just a few typos. There's no save function. Yeah, that's the thing I was thinking about as well. There's no way to save. But I guess there's no decisions to make either. It's kind of kinetic novel. But I always say, like, even if the game is super linear, and everything, and super short, you still gotta have a save system. I don't know, just in case, right? You never know. If the game crashes, for example, you gotta have a save system. There's no excuse not to have a save system, okay? Anyway. But yeah. I'm definitely gonna check out. Well, maybe not definitely, but I'm most likely gonna check out LIB's other game. LIB is not really, as far as I understand, there's not like the developer's name. It's like a circle, I think, is what they mean. I'm not entirely sure. It's like one person. But the developer's real name is, I believe, Meguri Junpei, I think is their name. Don't know if that's a pen name or like an actual name, but that's the developer's name, and they made another game. It's a bit longer, and I'll check it out. After checking out this game, I like this one. I guess I'll check out their longer game as well, and we'll see what that's about. Okay, I guess we'll see. Yeah, it definitely reminds me of sharing games though. So I think the author actually did work with Sharon a little bit in one of their other games as well. So maybe that's why, a big influence, I imagine as well. Anyway, but there you go. That's it for Daisuki the Adonis. I guess if you didn't know, if you're on YouTube, I also stream these games live on Twitch, so check me out over there if you're interested. I also have other playthroughs on the channel, so you can look for those if you want. Most likely after this will probably be what's the name of the game again? It's Torikago 7 Days. I'll probably check that out as well. There you go. Thanks for watching. Until next time, see you then.